Intro: The hidden depth of a woman's heart. There comes a time in every man's life when he begins to question what love truly means. Not the love sung in songs or painted in movies, but the quiet, steady kind of love that doesn't need validation, doesn't shout, doesn't pretend. The kind that is felt, not performed. The kind Marcus Aurelius might have written about if he ever spoke of love. Grounded in truth, virtue, and emotional alignment. When a woman's heart truly belongs to you, it's not about possession. It's not about control. It's about a sacred connection that moves beyond words, something deeper than attraction, beyond comfort, beyond the surface. It's emotional loyalty. It's peace. It's the kind of love that doesn't need to prove itself because it already knows its value. In a world full of distractions, fake attention and temporary affection, men often forget what real emotional love feels like. But when a woman's heart belongs to you, you feel it in ways that logic can't explain. Her actions, her tone, her silence, they all speak the same language. And once you've felt it, nothing else compares. Today we'll explore the 8 deep signs of true emotional love, the kind that goes beyond infatuation or physical desire. The kind Marcus Aurelius would describe as a union of souls built on virtue and understanding. Because the truth is simple, a woman doesn't give her heart easily. But when she does, it's her most powerful gift, so listen closely. Because if you notice these signs, not just in her words, but in her energy, you'll understand the difference between being loved and being chosen. Her peace is with you, not her words. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When a woman's thoughts are at peace with you, her entire presence changes. You'll notice it in the way she breathes around you, calm, centered, unguarded. She doesn't need to perform. She doesn't need to over-explain or hide behind pride. Her peace becomes your atmosphere. In a society that teaches people to chase attention, a woman's peace is the most silent proof of her love. When her heart belongs to you, she doesn't find peace in distance or games. She finds it in your presence, in your energy. She's not constantly questioning what she means to you, because your actions have already answered it. You see, when a woman's heart is truly yours, her love isn't loud. It's consistent. It's not always shown through words, but through stillness. Through the way she listens to you when you speak. Through how she shows up when the world turns cold. The Stoics believe that love should never disturb one's peace. It should enhance it. A woman in true emotional love will bring harmony into your life, not chaos. She won't add drama or confusion. Instead, she'll add clarity, stability, and calmness. Her peace with you is her way of saying, "This is where I belong." And that peace is something no temporary attraction can imitate. So if you ever feel like her energy is quiet, don't mistake it for indifference. In many cases, that silence is love. It's her comfort. It's her trust in you. The trust that she doesn't need to fight for your attention because your presence already makes her feel secure. Remember this. A woman who feels safe will show her heart through peace, not passion alone. Her love will be steady, grounded like the calm sea under the moonlight. Not because she has nothing to say, but because she has nothing to fear. She supports you without needing the spotlight. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." And when you start becoming that man, when you lead your life with direction, purpose, and discipline, the woman whose heart belongs to you will see it, and she'll naturally want to align with it. She doesn't love you for your potential. She loves you for your growth. She sees your ambition, your pain, your battles, and instead of judging you, she stands beside you through them. Her love isn't about trying to change you into her idea of perfection. It's about supporting you as you become who you're meant to be. Most people chase partners who entertain them, but the kind of woman whose heart truly belongs to you. She doesn't need to be entertained. She's inspired. She doesn't compete for attention. She contributes to your peace. When you rise, she doesn't feel threatened. She feels fulfilled. She'll quietly check on your mental state when no one else does. She'll remind you to rest when you're burning out. She'll celebrate your small victories like they're her own, because your success becomes her pride. She believes in you even when you doubt yourself, and that's a sign of deep emotional loyalty. This is the love that Marcus Aurelius spoke of when he emphasized virtue. Love rooted in shared strength, not dependency. When she supports you without seeking the spotlight, she's showing emotional maturity. She doesn't need public validation to know what she means to you. Her reward is seeing you become the man you were destined to be. Understand this. True emotional love isn't just about chemistry. It's about contribution. A woman who truly loves you doesn't drain your energy. She restores it. She becomes a quiet force in your journey, pushing you to evolve not through demands but through belief. In moments of weakness, she's your calm. In moments of confusion, she's your clarity. And in moments of doubt, she's the quiet reminder that you're not alone. That's not attraction. That's alignment. Her vulnerability is her trust in you. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." When a woman's heart truly belongs to you, her vulnerability becomes her language of trust. She no longer hides behind walls built by past disappointments. Instead, she opens her soul, not because she's weak, but because she feels safe enough to do so. In a world that teaches people to hide emotions, a woman's vulnerability is not a weakness, it's her deepest act of strength. It means she trusts your character, your energy, your emotional control. She knows you won't use her openness against her. That's why she can share her fears, her insecurities, her raw truth, not to seek validation, but to connect with you at the most human level. When she shares her silence, her doubts, or the things she's never told anyone, that's her saying, "I trust you more than my pride." And that trust doesn't come easily. Many women have given their hearts to men who couldn't protect it, who turned vulnerability into a weapon. So when she finally feels safe enough to be open with you, it means you've earned something priceless, her emotional faith. True love, in the Stoic sense, is not about constant happiness. It's about emotional honesty. It's when both people can look at each other and say, "I'm not perfect, but I'm real." And when she lets you see that realness, her flaws, her emotions, her fears, it's not a test. It's a gift. Remember this. When she cries in your presence, she's not breaking down. She's trusting you not to break her further. That's how rare this kind of love is. It's not always romantic. Sometimes it's quiet, trembling, fragile, but deeply sacred. Marcus Aurelius taught that a man should remain calm in chaos. So when she shows you her emotional storms, don't run from them. Be still, be steady, because she's not asking you to fix her. She's watching to see if you can hold her peace when she can't. That's the mark of a man whose presence earns devotion, not demand. She mirrors your discipline, not your words. Marcus Aurelius believed that waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. And when you live by that principle, when your actions speak louder than your emotions, she notices. A woman who loves you deeply doesn't follow your words. She mirrors your energy. She becomes a reflection of the discipline, peace, and strength that you live by every day. That's why your behavior matters more than your promises. If you live without focus, she'll mirror that confusion. If you lead with composure, she'll respond with serenity. Women in love are like emotional mirrors. They absorb your consistency or your chaos. And when her heart belongs to you, She unconsciously aligns with your rhythm. This is why Stoicism is so powerful in relationships, because it teaches you to lead with calm action instead of emotional reaction. When a woman witnesses that level of emotional maturity, she begins to feel protected, not controlled. She realizes that your leadership isn't about dominance, it's about direction. A woman's heart naturally follows a man whose purpose is clear. She'll start waking up earlier to match your drive. She'll want to grow because you're growing. She'll guard her peace because she sees how fiercely you guard yours. And this mirroring effect isn't manipulation. It's harmony. When your energy is stable, her spirit feels at home. She no longer needs to question your intentions because your consistency already answers everything. Marcus Aurelius taught that true power lies in mastering yourself. And that's exactly what attracts a woman's emotional loyalty. Not how much you say you love her, but how much control you have over your mind and your reactions. So, if you ever notice her slowly matching your pace and meditating like you, reading like you, or simply carrying herself with more grace, understand that it's not imitation, it's devotion. It's her way of saying, I'm proud of who I become beside you. She protects your energy in public and private in the meditations. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." And in love, the best loyalty is to protect what others can't see. When a woman's heart belongs to you, she guards your name, your peace, your image, both in your presence and your absence. She becomes your silent armor in a loud world. She doesn't expose your weaknesses to others. She doesn't gossip about your flaws or use your vulnerability as ammunition. Instead, she shields you, not out of fear, but out of respect. In today's world of public oversharing, a loyal woman's silence is sacred. She knows that what you two share privately isn't for the world to dissect. She'll defend your reputation, even when you're not around to hear it. That's the mark of emotional love, when she values your dignity more than her momentary anger. You see, anyone can claim to love you when things are easy. But when you're not perfect, when you're tired, when you fail, that's when true love shows its face. If she still protects your image when you're at your lowest, she's not just in love with your potential. She's devoted to your soul, and she won't let others speak disrespectfully about you, not because she's blind to your flaws, but because she believes in your essence. A woman in emotional love doesn't tear her man down to others. She uplifts him in his absence. Marcus Aurelius taught that a person's character is revealed in how they treat others when no one is watching. The same applies to love. Her private loyalty is proof that her heart belongs to you, because even when emotions shift, her respect doesn't. Protecting your peace becomes her silent act of love. She won't create unnecessary conflict or invite negativity into your life. Instead, she filters the world for you. She becomes your peacekeeper, a guardian of your mental state. A woman who loves you deeply doesn't compete for control. She contributes to calm. She protects your energy not because she has to, but because she wants to, because your peace is her peace. And when she sees you leading with integrity, she mirrors that loyalty tenfold. That's emotional love. Not dramatic, not loud, but unshakably loyal. She chooses presence over pride. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." And when a woman's heart belongs to you, she chooses truth over pride, presence over ego. In love, pride often ruins what patience could have repaired. But the woman whose heart is truly tied to yours will not let ego win over emotional connection. She won't let silence become a punishment. She won't weaponize distance. She won't make you guess her loyalty. Instead, she'll choose presence, showing up even when communication feels heavy, even when life feels cold. That's not weakness. That's wisdom, because she knows relationships aren't about who wins the argument. but who protects the bond. She understands that you both are human, both flawed, both trying, and instead of running when things get hard, she leans in. She doesn't let temporary emotions destroy something real. That's what emotional maturity looks like. The ability to stay, to communicate, to forgive, and to grow. When her heart belongs to you, she values the us more than the me. She chooses understanding over being right. And this is where most people fail, because they confuse control with strength and silence with power. A Stoic love isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about facing it with composure. Marcus Aurelius taught that the obstacle is the way, and when she truly loves you, she treats challenges not as threats but as opportunities to deepen the bond. So if she stays when it's uncomfortable, if she reaches out when pride says wait, if she listens even when she's hurt, understand that's love in its most disciplined form. True emotional love doesn't always sound poetic. Sometimes it's just effort, quiet, unseen, consistent effort. And in a world addicted to instant gratification, her willingness to stay grounded is the rarest sign that her heart is deeply invested in you. When a woman's heart belongs to you, she doesn't disappear when it's inconvenient. She shows up, she communicates, she chooses to rebuild. Because real love isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone worth enduring imperfection with. That's emotional loyalty. That's Stoic love in motion. Her loyalty is rooted in your character, not circumstance. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That same truth applies to love. A woman in deep emotional love doesn't attach herself to your circumstances. She connects to your character. When her heart belongs to you, her loyalty doesn't waver with your income, your popularity, or your temporary failures. She's drawn to the man behind the mask, the one who stands firm in chaos, who keeps his integrity when the world loses its mind. You'll notice she doesn't compare you to other men. She doesn't measure you by material things, because she's already chosen you for the reasons that matter most: your discipline, your emotional strength, your moral code. She admires the way you move through life with quiet dignity. And that loyalty isn't blind. It's aware. She sees your flaws, your limits, your imperfection, and she still chooses you. Because loyalty built on awareness is stronger than loyalty built on illusion. A woman who loves you for your character will stand with you through storms that would have made others run. She'll defend you when others doubt you. She'll remind you who you are when you forget. That's emotional love that transcends time, money, and appearance. She's not loyal because of how you make her feel in every moment. She's loyal because of who you are at your core. That's the kind of devotion that can't be forced, faked, or replaced. Marcus Aurelius lived by virtue. He taught that a good man isn't moved by praise or blame, but by his inner compass. When you live like that, you attract a woman who values integrity over image. She doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs you to be real. And when you're real, she'll give you something this world rarely offers: unwavering emotional loyalty. She won't betray your trust when life tests her. She won't seek temporary attention when connection feels distant, because her loyalty isn't emotional dependency. It's emotional discipline. That's how Stoicism and love meet, through constancy, through steadiness, through two souls who understand that the truest form of love isn't about forever. It's about staying true every day, no matter what happens. The Stoic heart knows what love truly is in the end. Marcus Aurelius never wrote about romantic love directly, but his teachings reveal its essence. He wrote about character, about virtue, about the calm strength that defines real connection. And if you listen closely, you'll realize that emotional love, the kind that lasts, follows the same path. It's built not on feelings but on foundations, not on promises but on principles. When a woman's heart truly belongs to you, it's not because you're perfect, it's because you're present. Because you live with integrity, lead with calm, and protect peace instead of chasing attention. She doesn't love you for what the world sees. She loves you for what only she feels. Your steadiness, your purpose, your discipline. You become her safe place in a world that glorifies chaos. That's what emotional love looks like through a Stoic lens. It's loyalty that doesn't need proof. It's affection that doesn't need attention. It's peace that doesn't depend on perfection. And when you find that, when her peace, her trust, her silence, her effort, her loyalty all point to the same truth, you've found something sacred. Something even the greatest philosophers would envy. A love that makes you stronger, not softer. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So guard your mind, guard your heart, and when you meet the woman whose heart belongs to you, protect that bond like the rare treasure it is. Because in a world full of temporary love and shallow attraction, true emotional connection is a kind of peace only a wise man will recognize, and only a disciplined heart will keep.